Yeah.
I yelled science at one of my kids the other day when they did something cool.
So I do it so much that they yell it before I do. They know when I'm going to yell it, and they yell it before I do.
They got your number on it. Mine don't yet because I shocked them.
How frequently do you wash your jeans?
Depends on the.
I'm just wondering because like jeans are not like other clothes.
Well, they don't.
Like you
I feel
throw
like they
them
don't
on the ground. You throw
I don't
them on the
think
ground.
they soak
like
up enough
everything
as
else, like socks,
you got to wash.
undies, and everything else. Like you change.
Yeah.
Like, every day. But jeans, like man, those things stay on the floor. Like how frequently? How many times would you wear a pair of jeans before you wash them?
Depends on the activity.
Also agreed.
It's
Like
activity
in the winter,
dependent.
it's colder. Like plus we work. I don't wear them at work.
Yeah.
So like
They're not.
They're on like 2 hours, 3 hours a day. It's like
That's good. Or like if we were recording an episode and I was wearing jeans and then
so like how many times do you think you wear a pair before you wash them on average?
Low activity.
I was thinking about that today as I was putting my jeans on that were on the floor. I'm like
low activity.
I wash these last.
Low activity and low gut level 3. I'll wear them 3 times.
Do you ever do like the sniff test or you just no?
Yeah.
I don't because I don't let it get that far. I don't think.
Well, see again, low activity, low gas output. Then I won't. But
yeah,
like,
I mean, there's some days that like it's a one day thing.
Or if I go somewhere, even
fun.
if it's like low activity, like I just wore them out to dinner, but that particular restaurant is like if I wore it to a barbecue place,
Students
they're gonna
said to me,
stink like smoke.
A student said to me the other
Hibachi.
day. Student said to me the other day, I have SWAS. I'm like, what? She's like, I have SWAS. I go, what are you talking about? She goes,
Swamp ass.
I've been sitting too long. She's like, I have SWAS. I go, what? Oh, stop. Sweaty ass.
Yeah, swamp ass.
So she goes, yeah. I'm like, so now I know what SWAS is.
You're learning.
I'm learning that the team. So if I had SWAS, I would have to change the jeans that night.
Well, again, just once if it's a hot day out, even if it's low, if low activity and you're cooking in those.
I'm not gonna lie, these jeans.
Wintertime, 3 to 4 days, 3 to 4 wears.
I'm exceeded that. Old Levi here. Levi's like, hey.
When was the last time you watched those bad boys?
Oh, I really am shameless. So
It
doesn't matter to me, but I would say these are probably going on like 2 weeks.
That's too many days.
Well, I mean, that's why I said I'm like, I think this is
that's
last
too
take.
many. Yeah, that's I'm ordering by order of the king.
Also,
you gotta wash them.
That does justify.
Did you wear them last night to the poker night that you didn't invite us to?
No, I wore my sweatsuit as always. I also lost a tremendous amount of money at my own house.
He doesn't even tell us about it anymore. I have to find out from other people's Instagram stories that I'm friends with. He tries to hide it from us now, dude.
No,
tries to cover it up.
Yeah, and then you bring over the leftovers to us like we're peasants.
I don't.
Get that.
Same. It's the same people every time.
Bring that over here. Or put it on camera.
I don't want that.
No, I'm saying, so I don't get invited to poker night, and he brings over.
I brought you the dip.
He brings over a dip as a show of peace. I mean, it's a nice dip.
It's a good dip.
It's a great dip.
It's like a sorry for not inviting you, but here's
I didn't say that.
Here's the leftover. Here's the leftovers from the event you weren't invited to.
I wasn't I have a core 10 people, and they're always. That's just.
Can I ask you one question before we start the show? Where am I on the list if you had call-outs? How low on the list am I?
You're not very far down. But
I'm not at the top. The answer was not right at the top.
The 10 people.
Okay, so say...
It's the same 10 people
every
time.
Say one called out sick. Am I the first phone call?
Out of that 10?
No,
because you just call the 10.
No.
So, how many come to the event?
6. No, 5 plus me.
5 plus you. Oh, so and then you got. There's a
too deep, and they have been coming.
So after the 10, if you made it through,
you're probably first or second.
Okay, I'll take that. After the core 10, I'm right up there.
You're 12.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if this was the NFL, I'm like fourth round draft capital.
It's tough because we have. So I put out the invite to a bunch of people, and there's 2 people that I always leave off that whatever message I'm sending out. To say, hey, who wants to play this time? Because those 2 people, I can literally call them now, and they'll be at my house in a half hour.
Right.
Like one of them, he lives a block away.
Right.
The chem professor.
Right.
Like he literally, he'll play anytime, anywhere. So it's like, it's like I never have that call out because like say somebody
those are the first alternates.
Somebody bails last minute, like they're there. So there's like that's why it's like I just need to start doing more poker nights and then open it up to bigger groups. But like it's tough because
I don't want to be in the XFL of poker.
Here's the problem though. Here's the problem. I lost $250 at my own house.
Yeah, so if you extrapolate that out,
I can't have more poker nights.
But you might get better.
Financial ruin.
No. You might get better.
No. So I have the ratio on the board of money in versus money out, and it's up to date now because it's all computerized and I update it. I am so far down, Mark. I'm like
he's in the red.
I'm like a 0.5 win ratio. So like I'm well below 1. Like there's so few people that are below me. Like so it's
See, my other worry is one, financial ruin for you if you keep doing poker nights. My other worry is that like if you start doing
it's also calorie heavy because there's so much food.
Right. I remember the only one I got invited to, I brought a tower of double cheeseburgers.
I remember that.
In a volcano of chicken nuggets.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah.
But wasn't enough to keep me around. But I'm joking with you. But my other worry is if you started like other nights, I'd have to start looking around the table because are you like, would I be in the group like, he thinks we all suck. Like this is the suck group.
No,
he's trying to recoup money from the big group.
That's another cool thing is that the group that I have, the core 10, we're all very evenly matched, and every one of us has like a good day or a bad day.
Right.
We're all very evenly matched, and like even Guy, who's
very
super good. Sometimes he plays stupid because he's had too much Taco Bell,
right?
And so like you never know what's going to happen. But so like it's all very even. Like I've won a couple times. I think I won twice at my own house. I've had that poker room.
That's not good. I was going to say that's not good numbers because I helped you build that poker room like 6 years. 6 years.
6 years. 6 years. I've had the poker room. I've won twice.
That was a COVID
every
project.
Time I must spend probably $100 in food every time. So I'm already in the whole $100 every time. And so even that time I won, I didn't break even. Like,
yeah.
Do you notice how we started with just the fact that we're still not invited, and now he's justifying it by trying to make us feel guilty?
I mean, I
that
can have
he sucks at poker.
He's just so far in the. He couldn't possibly.
I mean, I could have a Shoots and Ladders night for you guys if you want.
I want Monopoly back.
No. The power of attorney is not allowed.
It's still. I believe that contract is still valid.
All right, I'll wash my jeans tonight.
All right, that's good. Let's make a podcast.
Sounds good.
Welcome to Non-Professional Development. My name's Ted.
And my name's Dave. So as you can probably see, we are not your ordinary podcast. We're here to make you laugh on your drive in and home from work.
But we do have a couple rules on our pod.
Yep.
The first one's so easy. Teaching is fun. It's okay to laugh at yourself and all the funny things that happen during your school day. That's why we're here.
Yes. Next up, no negativity. So, like rule 1, this is a lighthearted show, not a gripe session. So if we ever find ourselves or a guest being negative, we hit you with one of these buzzers.
And last, but super not least, between all the laughs, we want to make sure we give you some useful content.
Hopefully.
And we want to get some back from all of you too. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Welcome back to another episode of Non-Professional Development. I did get a whiff of something before.
I don't think it's the jeans though. And I just showered.
Might not be.
Everything's clean.
You did tell me today that you were going to try to,
except for the jeans,
put your clothes on while bathrooming. So
I did.
It's impressive.
That's
impressive.
Not hard.
Well, how's your week been, buddy? Was it a good week? Great week? Middle of the road week?
I actually had a really good week. So I left the building quite a lot, which was always fun with the kids.
Same, actually.
So we had a nice day, and I said, "Oh, you had way better time than I did." But so we had a nice day, and so a buddy of mine from college is a fire chief out on the western side of the state.
Nice.
And you know, I have a bunch of kids that are going to college, and they're all freaking out. And I'm like, you guys don't have to calm down.
It's gonna be fine.
Like life gets better. Like like high school is super stressful. You know, you're friends with the kids in your class because you pick the best of what's in that class.
Right.
And the second you leave,
the whole world opens up.
Right. And
well,
so,
I think high school too, like couple of my kids are like, oh, like this is what the teachers are telling us about college. I was like, that is not what college is like.
Right.
I was like, that is a very
Right.
and these people went to college. They know that's not what it's like. I'm not negative buttoning, but like we need to be honest with
Right,
they're like, if you don't write in cursive and turn your assignment in 5 minutes before it's due, it's like that's not.
So I wanted to get them to have kind of like a more chill day, but kind of calm their post high school nerves.
Mm-hmm.
So reached out to my buddy, and he's like, hey, I'm like, hey, you care if we swing by today? And he's like, yeah, no, sounds good. So I literally just call him in the morning, and so we bust out there. Is like, the beauty of ours is we can just take the bus wherever we want.
Yeah,
for the whole school day, which is awesome.
Great thing for us.
But so we bust out there. There's an hour in each direction. It was an absolutely beautiful drive. So we bust out there. They're like, where are we going? I'm like, don't worry about it. So we get there, dude. Breakfast sandwiches for all the kids, coffee,
Nice.
Juices and everything like that. So all the kids are like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're just gonna hang out at the firehouse for the day." They're like, "What?" I go, yeah. So he welcomes them all in. Super cool guy. I can introduce him if you want.
Yeah.
Super cool guy. So he welcomes them all in. So they're all sitting on the couches, just chilling. And we start talking about how we know each other. He starts, telling them some of the G-rated stories from college.
Yep.
He's like, and starts relieving some of their fears. And he's like, so I know that Dave here doesn't have, a ton of fire experience. He's like, so, why don't you guys go take some pictures and stuff? The firehouse is yours, whatever you guys want. Open any compartments you want, sit in the trucks, do whatever you want. He's like, I got a couple firefighters here that I want to introduce you to, which is super cool. And it literally just let them play. And so they were,
that's awesome.
Dude, they went on all the trucks, like they were going through all the cabinets, like, and everything like that. And then I did something funny is I took the Jaws of Life.
Nice.
Right. And I took a kid's breakfast sandwich and I crushed the breakfast sandwich.
I love that.
And I'm like, I've felt pretty good about that.
We did,
but
we did something similar.
But I did, great pictures. And stuff. Like they all had a great time. And then we bring them all back in. Dude, they were just having the time of their life, taking all kinds of pictures of each other, like putting on gear and everything like that. And for like 2 hours. And then we go back into the big area and we're sitting down and we're just kind of having coffee and I start telling the kids, about how life after high school and he
bless you
does a better job of it. And he starts saying like, listen, after I think I'm friends with maybe 3 friends from high school still. He's those all my friends were from college or post high school work and stuff. And you're all going to be the same. And it's it was just awesome. He totally calm their fears.
That's
and
huge.
They had the best day. And then, the bus ride back, they were all out, lights out. They had so much fun. I'm like, that's awesome. And
that
they're
is
high
cool.
school seniors. And then so at the end, he goes, hey, the weather's getting nicer. He's like, why don't you guys come back? I'm like, and he goes, goes up on the bus. He goes, you guys want to come back? And they're like, yeah. Let's go back tomorrow. I'm like, no,
not tomorrow.
They're like, yeah. He goes, yeah, the weather's getting nice. He goes, how many of you here are 18? And maybe 4 of them raise their hands. He goes, all right. He's like, I'll get Dave the waivers and stuff. He goes, just have your parents fill out the waivers. He goes, and I'll take you guys down to the lake and you can jet you around the lake on our rescue boat. And I'm like. And you guys, the other half can picnic. And he's like, I'll show you how we do water rescues and dives. I'm like, he's like, we got an underwater drone to help us. I'm like, that's the coolest thing ever.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
Big time.
I should bring you guys down for that.
I was going to say,
we'll
that would be awesome.
2 classes at the same time. Because he'd definitely love to do it. But it's, first of all, it's a beautiful drive. Second of all, they're actually learning and they're having a blast.
Absolutely.
And
we did something
awesome.
similar. My partner is a firefighter, which is cool because it kind of yin and yang,
that's perfect.
Stuff that I don't know about. And we brought them to her firehouse and they did the same thing. And they actually they have a big Jenga thing and they were using the Jaws of Life to play Jenga.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah. So
that's fun.
You had to use just enough to pull it out with the Jaws of Life. So it was
Those
pretty
things
fun.
Are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I definitely should not own one, but I kind of want to.
And we're getting to that time of year, buddy. It's almost April.
It's unbelievable how
Springtime's upon
fast
us.
the time flies.
So
because
fast.
at this point of the year, it's just like all the things that you don't plan on pop up.
Yep.
So the kids, they have to take a group photo for this club, and like
Especially seniors. Like now is like the senior time. Like
here's senior awards,
senior
night. Here's,
supper is one night.
Here's, they're
like,
having senior skip day. Oh, here's the senior trip day. Here's this and
prom,
and you don't plan on it. Like I don't know what any of this stuff is. So
Right.
like I tell the kids, I'm like, you got to tell me because I'm like I have things planned. Like
right.
So it's like it just flies.
It does.
It's literally gas pedal the whole rest of the way.
And like some good news on that. You know, April is like, well,
It's good because like you start to miss like you realize like man.
well, this is my
I
first.
only got like 2 months left.
This
with
is
these
my
kids.
first group of seniors, and like they've been my rock since I started. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a teacher because of these seniors.
Yeah.
And so like I'm starting to be at like a mental impasse where it's like I'm so excited for them because they're going out and doing amazing things. They just did their senior project presentations,
Oh,
and
my
it
God,
was
do that.
so impressive. And every person who came in, and it just so happened our school's being reaccredited right now,
Yeah.
and they came in and watched my seniors'
Oh,
presentations,
That's cool.
and I mean hunted me down afterwards. Like I was walking through the parking lot to my car at the end of the day, and like 3 of the
They slashed your
accreditation
tires.
people put loaded a potato in my exhaust
Yeah.
to try to get me and
Yeah.
slash my tires. No, they they ran me down. They're really nice people. They ran me down. They were like, that was amazing. They're like, your students came up with that? I was like, yeah, all I do is sign off on their ideas to make sure that
Yeah.
it's, appropriate and realistic.
Yeah,
I'm like, that was all them.
Yeah.
And
did good.
so it was just, they were so impressive. Their families came. We did it in like our big, our lecture hall.
Yeah.
We did it in our big lecture hall. Their families came. Other teachers were there.
That's cool.
And it was like a really proud moment, but then it was like real. I'm like, man, almost April break. I'm like,
Yeah. Time flies, man.
the kids who taught me how to be a teacher are leaving. And it's like, whew,
Time flies.
yeah, you
Time
ain't kidding.
flies.
And then right in the middle of like 3 of my kids' presentations, they're like, because they all start out, and you've been doing it a while. They start off so nervous.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
then
they
get more
finally,
relaxed.
but like after like a slide or two, or they start talking a minute or two, and they start to find their groove. 3 kids. Excuse the interruption.
Oh. We were
Will student so and so come down to the office?
dude. So I had
Your mom has your socks here.
Dude, I had guests from the state at my shop the other day, and I'm like right in the middle of like talking to them, and then the boing, and I'm like, oh, I know it's
Here it
coming.
comes.
And they don't know what it is. They don't know
Yep.
what that sound means, right? And then it's like so and so get back to class, and I'm like,
That's an admin.
I'm like, ooh, someone's in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, and like I said that out loud, like, ooh, someone's in trouble. And like they start laughing, they kind of like look at each other. I'm like, well, it wasn't lockdown. They're like, what? Like,
it's so funny because like announcements like that don't have it. Ours is always the office lady, and bless her soul, she's so sweet. But she
mine's
does
different every time.
It could be. Well,
Does yours get locked on?
yeah, everything shuts
Ours,
off.
No. I mean, like ours system's so old that sometimes it gets stuck.
Oh, and they're
on,
talking about
and
it,
and it doesn't get it doesn't get shut off for like 2 or 3 minutes, and like
Yes.
you hear them like talking in the background, like I don't know how to get it off. I like it's like
Once in a while, they'll accidentally turn. Ours is newer, so it doesn't get stuck on. But probably like most schools, educators, if you're out there, it shuts everything off. So like when we're doing like
Even the
EMT,
smart
all
boards,
smart boards shut
boards,
off.
everything shuts off.
Everything shuts off for the announcements,
All
which
audio.
makes sense, obviously, if it's an important announcement.
It's never though.
Very
Very
rarely is
infrequently.
it. But I like, and our sweet, she's so nice, the office lady, but she does them so slow.
Oh, so
And then she repeats it and says, I repeat.
So we have a couple different people that do the morning announcements, and it's interesting because like when they do the Pledge of Allegiance, like some of them are fast, some of them are slow, some of them are middle paced, and it's like you never know what you're gonna.
Is it
what
adults that
speed
do
you're
your
gonna get.
announcements?
Yeah.
Oh, see, our students do
So
announcements.
most schools, it's the students. but
Because we have a digital media, so they do like Theirs is a YouTube channel too,
That's
so you can
cool.
watch the morning
That's cool.
announcements.
That's cool.
The kids do them. This is like random announcements in the day. It's always the poor office lady who's stuck there.
But they do like it's not the morning announcements that get me. It's the announcements that are just right in the middle of the day, in the middle of a lesson. Like, can you imagine that? Like at any other job, like Mark. So we're sitting. You and I we're in a conference, right? There's 8 people at the table. We have, we're at a fancier office.
Talking about quarterly earnings.
So you can write on the walls on this office.
It's a nice building.
Whiteboard walls. Like we're at a professional science building, right?
Okay.
You and me.
All right.
And we have our team of 8 people. Ted was not invited because it was poker. But so we're playing, right?
That tracks.
And then so we're writing on the board, and then we're like right in the middle of a really big idea. Like all right, so we need to do this with the electrolytes and all this other stuff. And all of a sudden you hear, boom. Will Ted please report to Mr. So-and-so's office? You have a delivery. We don't know what it is, but you have a delivery. And then everyone's like, what the hell was that, right? And then so we get going, we keep going about it. Now it's 2 hours later, Mark. All right, 2 hours later. We're like, I don't know, 1:30, right? You're in the bathroom, all right? Okay. You're in the stall. You got your pants at your ankles. It's been a long night, so you're just
thinking,
reading the news on your phone, and I'll listen here. Boom. Mark, we're waiting for you. Mark, you're late to your meeting. Mark, you're late, and you're like, what are you talking? Like. And then, or Ted, please report to the nurse's office. Ted, to the nurse's office. We're not going to violate HIPAA, but Ted
to the nurse.
Like what?
Wait, we should get an intercom system so when he forgets to set his alarm, we can do an announcement. I want
to do announcements at your shop from my phone whenever I want.
That would be funny. Could you imagine though, at like a Petco, like
that's Nextel. Remember Nextel?
Yeah. Oh my God, Nextel.
Like Nextel.
Oh, like the walkie-talkie phones.
God. So I had those. We had them I had those all through college and stuff. And you could literally, like, I could be sitting somewhere and it hears, and like my buddy would just start yelling into it or saying like ridiculous things. I'm like, oh my God.
I got to show our kids Nextel phones.
I can't tell you how many times I got caught in like a restaurant where my buddy would like just start screaming or moaning or whatever into the Nextel. I'm like, those were amazing, though. I miss the Nextels.
Those were so cool.
They were so good.
We should talk to Nextel.
There's a walkie-talkie feature on Apple Watches.
Yeah, it's not the same.
No, it's not the same as the Nextel.
You have to like kind of answer it.
Nextel
you have to like go into the app to receive it. Nextel,
awesome.
would just get surprised.
You would click the side button,
and that would
click it once, and it would ping theirs, and then you click it again. Like you click it once to make sure that they get their phone out. That way they can hear it. It was awesome. Yeah. I loved it.
Those were so cool.
I still can't believe. I don't know why that went away. They must own.
Well, Nextel
property.
Nextel just got bought up. Nextel was not doing it, dude.
Right? But why isn't it still like? Why doesn't it exist still like as a walkie-talkie feature or something? Like they were incredible. Like.
I think they were just ahead of their time because like that'd be useful in like the first responder world instead of having to carry a radio and a cell phone.
Yeah,
yeah. Could you imagine though? Like I'm gonna end on this because it made me laugh thinking about the announcement. It's just like you're checking out at the grocery store or Petco, and the lady's checking you out, sweet Janice, and all of a sudden,
no, I'm thinking of one of my students.
Excuse the interruption, Janice. Your ride is out front. Janice, your ride is out front.
Yeah, they do say
and
that.
They start getting mad about it because like they're waiting after school. And now all of a sudden you're in the middle of your groceries and Janice goes, oh, my ride's out front. And walks out of the store.
It is funny though when it's usually not blanket announcements. The midday
one singular person.
It's usually for one single student that they can't find or whatever. It's like, oh.
And you can tell like the level of, like you said, the level of like how much trouble they're in, like in the tone of their voice. It's like, oh, they just left. Their mom dropped off their cleats. They're like, oh no, they're about to get suspended.
There's a couple times where I'm like, I want to go see what's going on. Like that sounds fun. Like sounds like something. Something's going down.
Once in a while, the assistant principal will like override the system and be like, everybody get to class. I can see in the cameras. Get out of the hallway and go to class.
Really? That's I was the people from the state that when they were there, they were like, because I did say, well, at least it was a lockdown. They're like, well, where would the kids go if this or that or whatever? I said, no, stop. So we have two modes here. It's the doors are locked and the lights are off, or the doors are locked. Like that's it. Like if anything, like we don't go anywhere. Like if it's either the doors are locked, or the doors are locked and the lights are off. Like that's the difference between. I don't know.
People overcomplicate it. Speaking of overcomplicating, you ready to get into a washing machine?
Oh, come on.
You ready to go back in time, buddy?
There can't be anybody that likes these.
I think these are popular. This has got to be one of the most. Goose,
With who?
You got to do a producer thing. We got to put a poll out there. If the people, you listeners and watchers, are the people liking Ted's Time Machine? We need a drop for it still. I think they're going to like it more if there's a drop. We got to do like a toilet flushing with a song.
They'll like it more if there's a drop off the pod.
You like our Ted's Time Machines. You're going to like this one.
They're fun. They are fun.
You're going to like this one. So you were talking about a little bit at the beginning of the day. We don't call them in our trade all the time. Like, we don't call them field trips. Like, if
Were you guys shaving in third grade? Because that was mine. We used to all do that. Like,
oh yeah, they single razor out in the field, at sunrise with the
Straight
horses
razor with
and the
leather
peacocks.
band.
Stropping.
I made the motion of sharpening the blade.
That's
on the
called
leather.
stropping.
What? How do you know these words?
I don't know.
What was the word you used earlier?
I don't know.
The chef word.
Chef word.
Building a pellicle on your steak.
What the hell is that?
You have to ask Alton
Google
Brown.
pellicle. You
No.
don't even know how to spell it.
I don't know how to spell it. That's fair.
Goose, I want to see a picture of a pellicle.
Not a pelican, not to be mistaken.
Let's do Google image
Steak
search.
pellicle.
I want to see a pellicle.
Well, there's not an image. It's all it is when you salt the steak and put it in the fridge, the salt gets sucked into the steak and some of the moisture gets pulled out and it builds a glaze across the steak that's going to make it yummy when
Nobody
you cook
knows
it.
what you're talking about. Go to images.
Right there. It's just it hardens it dries the steak a little bit. It pulls the moisture out. That's
Why would
dry
you want
aging.
that? Like, I want a nice juicy steak.
Well, that makes it juicier when you cook it.
That doesn't make any
You
sense.
don't know how to cook.
I'm going to pull the moisture out to make it juicier?
Yes.
Gordon Ramsay's going to be very upset with you.
Alton Brown, if you're listening, at Alton Brown, he's going to be like, this guy's cooking steak the right way. And I put it out on the grill, on the smoker, until it reaches an internal temperature of like 135, 140. And then I bring it in, sear it super hot with some butter, some rosemary, some garlic.
I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know.
Anywho, so my Ted's Time Machine.
A pellicle.
You were talking about it before. So in our trades, we don't call every trip we go on a field trip. And that's an important distinction. Like when you went to the firehouse, that would be like production work for us. Like we're going out doing something professional.
Yeah.
Like it's different than a field trip, which is like.
We have those too.
Well,
yeah.
of course.
But you need permission slips for those.
Right. So I was thinking about when I was in school, because like the places we take our kids are just super cool.
Yeah.
And like,
But like
you do a lot of
even
creative things.
Even a museum, we need a permission slip with.
Right.
It's different.
Well, like you do a lot of creative stuff, but like I was thinking about the like cookie cutter field trips that we went on as kids. And now we're all from the Northeast here. If you're listening to the show, we are from the Northeast.
Yeah, but they would like take us to like spin yarn. Like
Yeah, I went to that one.
Stuff.
Yeah, I went to a place that was like, here's how you make thread and yarn
Like,
from cotton.
Oh, thank God, because I needed to know.
And like I remember that when you went on that one, did they give
Now
you like
I know
the
where my clothes came from.
Did they give you the bristly brushes? They're like, brush it all together, and then we're gonna spit it into yarn that you can't use.
I don't remember. I do remember being on a farm though.
Yep.
And I also
See, these are cookie.
I also remember
core memories.
I also remember that.
Did you go to the Peabody Museum?
Yeah,
Yep.
that was in my town. But
that's true.
I also I am having a hard time distinguishing in my brain the memory from Adam Sandler's movie where he goes on the field trips and the kid pees his pants, and the actual trip I was on. Like, remember that? Like, remember that trip they were on in the Adam Sandler movie?
Oh yeah,
The teacher movie
Yep.
where they go on the field trip and like he's like the big kid. What's the
Billy
Madison.
Yeah. And they go on that field trip, right? Wherever that field trip was, I went on that. Like, so the field trip that he's on in that thing, like I remember, like that is what it looked like. Like I remember
being there.
I remember being there, and so like I don't remember. Well, did I pee my pants? Like, was it me that was Billy Madison?
Probably.
Like that bus driver.
Movies loosely based
Adam,
on
Adam Farley, like
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley, yeah, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley. But like the bus driver, like I remember like that. I feel like I was there.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a core memory for me.
Sturbridge Village for us. You definitely went to Sturbridge Village.
Yeah.
And you saw
Everybody. I mean, come on.
people dressed in period garb
Blacksmith
making
was
meat pies.
Blacksmith was the band.
Or the wood shop, the sawmill. I did. Oh, and there was the grist mill where they grinded up all the oats. Also, like, this was the big one that got me thinking about it because I took my kids on a trip the other day to the Supreme Court here in our state.
What?
Yeah, I brought them to the Supreme.
Tell me that,
Yeah, I got a guy.
dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, the building's beautiful. It's right in Hartford. Yeah, I got to get you the contact.
Where it is?
It's beautiful. So we went to the state Supreme Court, and the guy was talking about like the different levels of Supreme Courts. He's like, "Oh, this is the state one." He goes, "Then you have like the U.S. Constitutional Court down in D.C." And he's like, most of you guys have probably been there on a field trip." And all the kids were like, "No." Yeah. But like that was like a cookie cutter millennial field trip. It was 7th grade.
Yeah.
Oh, DC.
7th grade to DC.
I went down there. I remember that. You're
Yeah.
right.
And if you were
on the coach bus, and
everybody's on the coach bus.
I remember that.
Or if you were in band, you go to Six Flags because we performed.
I didn't do that.
We did a competition, like a song, like a band thing at Six Flags in Massachusetts. So then we got to do Six Flags afterwards. That's where my love for smoked turkey legs became a thing. And then
We went to Boston.
Yep, Boston.
Boston.
Yep.
I remember that.
Faneuil Hall. You do a Faneuil Hall thing. Yeah.
Yep.
And then
In the duck tours.
yep, we
didn't
did
do
the
that.
duck boat tours. Yeah.
I
See,
did
these
fit-
are
yeah,
it
I
doesn't.
remember-
We
I
didn't even
remember
grow up in the
Faneuil
same town. We didn't graduate. These are cookie cutter
cutter.
Northeast field trips.
Yeah.
And then band, we went to Disney. We got to go to Florida.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll never forget because my parents, I love you. I'm not going to red button you, but they ruined the trip because they were like, "Oh, well, we'll just do a family trip to Florida at the same time." So instead of me getting to like fly and go to the airport with all my friends, like I road tripped in an RV with my parents. And like all my friends were like, "The airport was so cool." And I was like, "I bet." Like the fireworks place in North Carolina alone with my family was also kind of cool.
Your kids, my. So I'm drinking a peach San Pellegrino water, right?
Beautiful.
My students,
Ciao.
they savage me over this. I think they're delicious. I drink the water.
they're very
I
nice.
drink 2 of these waters a day
Yeah.
during the school day, maybe 1. And
You don't drink a lot.
whenever
of water.
whenever I crack one open, they're like, "Oh, he's got the peach water." I'm like, okay. Anyway,
Well, they're very nice. They're very good.
they make
but-
fun of me
But
horribly.
yeah, so
I love it.
the field trips now though are much better because we're way more creative. Like you brought your kids to the movies the other day, which was really cool.
For an actual reason, though.
But it is.
We
It's
did,
an actual reason. But like it's because you got creative. It's no longer the cookie cutter field trips.
We did a site security assessment and a case study from the James Holmes movie theater shooter, and we did a full case study. Like it was a good 3-hour lesson. It was amazing. But we did end up watching Project Hail Mary, which was awesome. And then we did what was another one that we did? I took them indoor skydiving.
Oh yeah, indoor skydiving, which is
So
That's cool.
I had the Marine Raiders come to the school and teach the kids why skydiving is important in the military, and actually show them all their gear and show them how it's done and show them videos of them actually doing all that stuff. It was nuts. It was one of the coolest lessons ever. And then took them indoor skydiving.
Yeah, and then I did defensive driving, pursuit, emergency response driving.
I heard.
And said, well, how do I make
That's
this real
awesome.
for the kids? I said, because I can't let them drive a police car or fire truck and stuff. So
I would.
I took them go-karting. So we went to a
That's
go-kart
so
track
cool.
and like we did like a little lesson at the go-kart track of like, like maneuvering corners and stuff like that. None of them listened because one of them drove me right into the wall and was like, "You're going too slow. Get out the way." And I yelled their full government name.
They're never.
but they were already
they're
gone.
never gonna forget those pictures and the memories of that. Like that's so fun.
It was a blast. It was my senior, so it was
awesome.
like a really good bonding moment. One of them pulled me aside and was like, "Hey, really, thank you for this." I was like, "No." I was like, "This is good." It's just no. I've never been go-karting my whole life, and it's something I've always wanted
Really?
to do. And you checked that off the list for me, and I was like, "Wow, that's really cool."
Now I'm gonna bring them on a boat and make them seasick.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like that same student, for the camping trip that we went on last year, this same student that I brought go-karting was like, she thought of it. She's like, wow. She's like, "Mister, thank you. Like, we've had a lot of firsts. Like, you also taught me how to fish. I've never been fishing before. And last year you taught me how to fish."
Wait till you do their shop yearbook.
Yeah.
Actually, we should just get together.
Yeah, we got to start doing that.
I gotta do mine. You gotta do we'll just sit together and do them.
Yeah. I wish, if you're out there listening and you're a teacher, like, all those regular like the field trips that you go on. Like I loved them when I was a kid. Like the like millennial cookie cutter field trips. Like I really loved them because going on a field trip is fun.
They remember them a lot more now than we ever did because.
But be creative.
But here's the deal. Like I don't have any pictures from my trips. Like
right. That's the other thing too.
These kids have pictures of everything.
Well, even when we went to the Supreme Court.
So like they'll never forget these memories because they have pictures and videos of them. And so that's why I do the shop yearbook, because I want them to remember what they did in their shop.
Right.
And so the shop yearbook is just what they did in shop.
Well, I think it's like a message too. Like if you're doing a lesson and like how can I do this? Like be creative, write it up. Because the worst they're gonna say is no.
Yeah.
Right? When I wrote the go-kart thing about, I was like, you thought, I don't know if this is going to...
You think I was going to get approved to bring them to a movie theater? I'm like, there's no chance that this is going to get approved. They got approved, and then not only did it get approved, but like I set up with law enforcement, with security, like it ended up being one of the coolest damn lessons ever.
Yeah.
And like now I'm like, shoot, I might have to do this every year because it was that cool of a lesson.
It's like I'm going to roll it down the alley and see if I strike.
But you're right.
What's
the worst that happens? They say no.
But
here's the crazy
and my whole thing got paid for. My whole go-kart thing, it didn't cost the kids anything.
So here's the other cool part is like you and I have a very unique ability. Like we're not going to take advantage of that. So like I can see the danger of somebody taking advantage of it.
Yeah, every lesson can't be a field trip.
You and I, like we literally, like we turn them into that memorable lesson. Like where we give them that they have clear takeaways. They know, like they're going to
debrief afterwards. Is like, oh my gosh, I see that now.
Exactly. Like even the camping trip, like which they learn a ton on. But when we do that debrief after, where I show them pictures from my deployments with the disaster work, like. And they see, and then I do the side by side photos. I'm like, this is me not sleeping for 4 days, and this is you not sleeping for 2 days. Like they start to get it. Like they're like, wow,
just living in a tent with somebody, like living 3 feet away from somebody, like
but like
fix your snoring problem, juniors.
It's awesome. Like, and you're right. I absolutely love it. It's that it just drives it home. That if you're having a bad day, it's.
Look in the mirror.
Kind of controlled by you. Yeah. Like I get it. Some days it's not. Some days it's just some days the motion of that ocean goes, But
you got to be able to rebound.
You got 3 kids that that are all using their feminine products on the same day. You're like, oh, this is gonna be a bad one. Like, and but like you don't know, and you don't know what's going on. Which, by the way, for a guy who is not married with no kids, that's a whole new.
You've learned, you learned a lot.
Oh my god,
in the last years.
So, oh my god. Yeah. So it, our friend, she bought a bunch of feminine products and she had them, put them in this shop for me, and I'm like, yeah. And so like, kids are like, oh yeah, we're running low on. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with that. And so like, I just text her. I'm like,
thank God my partner's a female, and she's like, because like I did at the beginning of the year, and she was like, I think I'm going to take this over. And I was like,
that's a really good idea.
I was like, thank you. She's like, I can tell that you tried, but I can also tell you don't know what you're doing. I said, that's a fair assessment of what's going on here.
No idea. And it's like, it's funny because I during the EMT class, because we talk a lot about anatomy and human development and stuff like that, like I feel pretty confident.
Yeah, I'm knowledgeable scientifically and not socially.
And then all it takes is one kid to say, hey, I need a pad. I'm like, I'm back in middle school. I'm like, why? Like, what's that for? Like,
what do you need to write down?
No idea what's going on. Like,
do you need a pencil too?
Like as if I've never ever, as if I didn't know females existed. Like what?
Your brain gets wiped.
What do you mean? Like I need a. I'm like, oh, I still no idea. I'm like pulling up Google. I'm like, what's that for? No, I no idea. No idea.
I bought them notebooks last week.
Bad. Yeah, it's super bad. Take a break.
Yeah. Let's take a break from the episode.
You have docks important and old. You need to keep safe from humidity and mold. Worried about your tools getting rusty from air that's wet and musty? If you have any box, bin, or cases where dankness could lead to stankness, you need a Dry Tote. Dry Tote is a reusable solution that keeps your totes totally dry. Dry Tote's uber dry silica beads can literally suck a shot glass worth of water right out of the air. Just a simple packet that totally sucks. Humidity, that is. And each Dry Tote comes with this little wetness indicator that tells you when it's sucked up all the humidity it can, and it just can't suck no more. Then you recharge it. No, Carl from North Dakota, you don't plug it in. You toss it in the microwave or leave it in the sun until that color turns back to blue. Dry Tote keeps your stuff drier than a Mormon bishop on a Sunday.
What the heck, hon? This isn't root beer.
Oh, hello. Oh, it's the Atacama Desert. You know, the driest desert in the world? They want their dryness back. But you don't need the Atacama deserts. You can get your own dryness at drytote.com. Buy them in packs of 5 to 50 and drop them in your boats, RVs, totes, bins, boxes, basements, closets, safes, toolboxes, ammo boxes, holes with boxes, camera cases, gear cases, and just about any places. Drytote.com. Keep your stuff a totes dry.
Okay, we're taking a break from our episode here to talk about our sponsor, Red Planet Resorts. Have you ever dreamed of swapping Earth routine for the red sands of Mars? Well, welcome to Red Planet Resorts, your ticket to a luxurious, immersive Martian adventure without ever leaving your home. With a 26-month virtual journey, you'll embark on a 7-month interstellar voyage aboard the Starship Galileo. You'll spend a year at a high-end resort on Mars, and then you'll return for another 7-month journey back to Earth, all while enjoying cutting-edge safety systems, full medical suites, and gravity-simulating comfort. There's several packages you can choose from for your trip to Mars. There's a level A luxury suite. There's level B with your classic journey with a work exchange program. It's just really, really, really cool. Our resort destinations, we have several. We have Olympus Mons. We have Valles Marineris. I still don't know how NASA pronounces it. But we offer breathtaking landscapes, popular excursions like lava tube exploration, crater treks, and more. It's more than a virtual getaway, though. It's an ultimate disconnect, a way to explore and make your mark on human history. Hundreds of 5-star reviews rave about the perfect blend of relaxation, adventure, and imagination. One guest called it the perfect mix of relaxation and exploration. Highly recommend. So, are you ready to make your interplanetary travel a reality? Well, head to redplanetresorts.com and use the promo code non-professional development at checkout, and you get 20% off your Martian journey today. Who says you can't be chasing your dreams just a little out of this world?
Welcome back.
I wish my
to the
microphone was
episode.
like one of those shavers. Have you ever used a shaver?
You make a mess all over the table.
Like I want to just stick my
Oh, I hear it.
You do?
Everyone hears it.
like I want to like
The world.
I
hears
wonder
it.
if you could like just start cutting.
No.
And I could get
Nope.
closer.
Well,
Have you ever
anywho,
used
welcome
one?
back to the episode.
It's got the
Thank you
holes.
for our
It feels like it's
sponsors.
possible.
We appreciate you. If you're listening, make sure you check out our sponsors at the Mars.
Dude, have you seen Red Planet Resorts
Red
merch?
Planet. It's unreal. They have great merch.
It's just expanded. There's a ton of it now. They got all these coffee mugs and like,
it's
it's
awesome.
unbelievable.
So Red Planet Resorts, Dry Tote. Make sure you get 10% off your first order with the promo code at non-professional development.
Yep.
They hook us up around here, so you guys should get hooked up with it too. So before the break, you had said something, and it was making me laugh inside because you were talking about uncomfortable and like kids going through stuff and like you having to buy stuff, and even like debriefing from like the camping trip, like
Yeah.
like, and they end up talking to each other and giving each other like worldly advice about things.
Can't imagine where he's going
Yeah.
with this.
So like, well, it's just like it's like even like last year, my juniors or now the seniors and the soft, like they got back after us and they're talking. They're like, oh well, for next year, and like they're talking to each other, like advising each other on life. That's usually good advice because it's coming from a lesson. I and other teachers out there, if you hear this stuff, I don't know how you don't just bust out laughing or like walk away going, "Is that what I heard?"
What?
Students giving each other like relationship advice or just like day-to-day advice or
Yes.
or job advice, work advice.
Yes, I hear it all the time. Student advice.
It is, which is, and I take a step back because like sometimes I hear
They're trying to be helpful.
and 100%,
but they're never
they're
right.
not helpful.
Never right.
And, like-
it's like, please don't do what that person.
but it's funny.
said.
It's like I sit
That
back,
person just had 4 monsters. I would not listen to a word they said.
I'm internally screaming because I'm like,
They're gonna have an.
I
ulcer
should
next
step
year.
in because this is not good advice. But I'm like, no, this is like how they need to socially get better at doing this stuff is like, do you take your friend's horrific advice? So like, two that stand out.
One was study habits, and I'm like, that's not healthy study habits.
Yeah.
Like
They're like, just stay up until 3 a.m.
yeah, That's what they said.
If you,
I'm
and
like, oh.
At one point, you'll just get delirious,
They were
and like
talking about
all
like,
the information
like,
will come.
Like, do you have a gas station here? You can go get some like Red Bulls and Monsters, and like just head out like one in the morning when you hit that slowdown. Go get some Red Bull. I'm like, go to a gas station at 1 in the morning is your advice to this kid? Like, they're a freshman. Like they're 11 or 12 or whatever the age of a freshman is. I don't even know. Like I don't know lifespan development.
13 or 14.
Yeah, no idea what I'm talking about.
Like some of the two that I heard this past week, and I was like, oh no. But at the same time, I'm like, I have to let this happen, and I have to let them learn, because otherwise they're not.
Can't imagine.
I can't be a helicopter. So the first one was like, it was two of my juniors talking, and she's like, I don't want to go to work today. She's like, it's so nice out. She's like, I just want to go outside. I just want to hang out with my friends.
They're blank things. Yeah, just call out.
Yeah. Immediately. Without
doesn't take 2 seconds. They all do it. Which, by the way, that's going to extrapolate really bad
Call out sick
into our futures.
And I'm sitting there, and I think that one I did intervene on, because like it was zero hesitation from the friend. They were like, what should I do? Like, I know I need to go to work, and it's a responsibility. Like the student was saying all the right things. They're like, but it's so nice outside. Friend looks at him and goes, I wouldn't go to work. Just call it sick.
Yeah, that's exactly what they say.
I
wouldn't go to work.
They're like, forget that job. Forget those people.
Yeah.
They'll find somebody to cover.
Yep.
You go outside and you do you.
I'm
like,
and in my brain, I'm like, can you imagine like if I called Ted, like Ted,
it's gonna be nice out tomorrow. Call out sick. Forget them kids.
Ted, it's supposed to be 70 on Tuesday. I mean, I really want to use my smoker.
Yeah.
Ted be like,
call out.
Just use your smoker. And like,
Forget
it
those
doesn't
kids.
matter. Like, yeah, but I have.
Don't care. Call out.
All right. Yeah. You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And the kid was like, they were pumping him up as if it was like they're like, you deserve the finer things in life.
SATs that day though. It's like, you know what? You're right. I deserve it.
They were like,
I do deserve it.
And that's the kid was like,
I work all the time.
I've
worked 4 days in a row. I deserve it.
And this kid was like, I worked 4 hours this week. You're right. I have worked hard. And I was like,
that's the other thing. They only work
part-time
They only
workers.
work like 3 or 4 hours at a time. It's just
this kid's like, you know what? I did do 2 shifts this week. I worked 8 hours this week. Like, how can they expect any more of me? And I think
you're right. They do. That's what so my kid said to me the other day, is like, I had such a long night at work last night. I'm like, oh, like in my brain, I'm like, oh, they must have worked till like 11 or 10 or like the legal hours. And I'm like, oh, that's horrible. I'm like, that sucks. I'm like, how late were you there? They're like, wow, I was there till like 7 or 7:30. I'm like, what time did you start? Like, school got out at
like 4.
It was 4 to 7, and they cut me early. I'm like. You worked 3 hours? They're like I was nonstop. I was on my feet the whole time. I'm like on your feet. I'm like, I'm here for. I'm here.
The disconnect from them is so funny. From like, they see me at work every day
for 8 hours.
More than that, because we get there early. I'm like, you see my truck in the parking lot at 6:30, 6:15 to 6:30 is when I get to work, and I'm like. And I don't leave until 2:30 or later than that because you guys won't leave. I said,
so the crazy,
they're like, yeah, but you like this job. I don't like. That's their thing. You like your job and you make more money. I don't. I hate my job and I have to do this. I'm like, wait, you don't. I was like, I have to do this, right? I was like, I have to support myself and my family. I said, I have bills to pay. They're like, yeah, but you like being here. I was like, not right now.
When I started, every year when we start to schedule the ride time for the ambulance, so they all ride 8 hours in the ambulance, Mark. And so they have to get their patient contact hours and everything like that. The second that they find out that it's an 8-hour shift, their minds are blown. They're like, well, I mean, I'm probably gonna get picked up early. I'm like, that's not possible. Like you meet the ambulance here, you don't go back there for 8 hours. Like you're out there, and it might be 9 or 10 hours. Like if you get a call, like you're like, and the patient has to go to a burn center. Like there's not one close by. Like that's not how life works. And they're like 8 hours is so long. I'm like, yes, you should bring food and money, and no, you're not gonna have a fridge or a microwave. Like they're like what like. like their minds, like it takes them so long to wrap around it.
Well, like the best part too with that, like with the ride time, they're like one of mine came back, they're like, such a bore. 8 hours, mister. 8 hours you made me be there, and it was boring. Yeah. I said, you know who wasn't boring for? The people who got paid for sitting there all 8 hours. And they're like, like, well, I wasn't getting paid, and I could have worked 3 hours at Marshall's. And I'm
what's
like,
funny?
you hate working at Marshall's. You called out yesterday because it was
3
nice.
hours. Yeah. So you know what's funny? A lot of kids work there. Now I'm thinking hindsight, Mark. Like
We were like this, by the way.
yeah, but no, I wasn't. I like my job. I worked. In fact, I had a 13-hour shift every Saturday and every Sunday because my job was I worked at a park, and my job was to unlock the gate at 7 a.m. and lock it.
Okay, you had a good job. I worked at
Lock
Subway.
it.
I had a called out sick if it was
and
nice.
lock it at 8 or 9 at night. So like it was a long day, but you could sleep in the middle of the day. Like there was whatever. There was stuff, but it was
So how long of a day actually
long
was it?
day.
I couldn't nap at work.
No, well, because it was a park. So like if you snuck off for an
All right,
hour,
Cinderella. The rest of us worked at Subway,
But
okay?
anyway, it was a long. They were long days. But it made me think now. Like now, I remember back when I worked on the ambulance, and what I used to pack for lunch. Like I had decent lunches. Like or you go get takeout wherever the hell you are in the state because you never know where you're going to be, where hospitals you're going to be at, and sometimes you get hospital food, which is usually pretty good.
Hospital food's
We always
the
knew.
employee food, not the patient food. The patient food sucks.
We always knew
Employee food's
which
good.
hospital. It's
Yeah.
like if you were going to a hospital, like you're like, oh, their calf is amazing. Like one of the hospitals here in the state has sushi and like a sushi chef.
Yeah.
And it's like it's legit, and it's like we would die to go to that hospital. Like you're not convincing a patient. Oh, you sure? but at the same time, like if you got a transfer that went there,
You'd be like, yes.
yeah, game on. You're like yes, because as long as the GPS and the ambulance at the hospital, like you were set. But anyway, it made me think about their Patreon, the push pops.
Oh god.
I think now, if I was doing it, I would have
You'd have brought push pops
I
for
would
lunch.
have a freezer bag, and I would have like a General Tso's push pop. Or like a chicken parm push pop, and I would actually. Why don't they sell those?
Well,
I'm telling you,
we got a new market here.
like these little plastic push pops of a General Tso's, like
a single bite, like
dude,
an
I was-
appetizer
I was,
size.
I was smashed it. No,
Oh.
like the ice cream size.
yeah.
Like that's not one bite. Like that's a lot of General Tso's, man. If you wedge it in there like I did the chicken parm,
I mean, that chicken parm was
yeah.
Speaking of General Tso,
Oh, I'm gonna.
get the typewriter. While you're getting the typewriter, I'm going to finish this advice thing because the other one, while you're getting that, was really funny.
Are you
Is-
suggesting that I type? I'm not typing in the General Tso. I
No.
have a better idea.
So while you're getting that, it's funny, Goose. Like the other advice they give is relationship advice. And now, Dave here might not know or be able to give relationship advice. I have been. I have been with my wife
I can tell you
for
what not to do.
11 years, married for 6. And so I listen to these kids give relationship advice, and I'm like, he's going to get himself killed. If he says that to her, I said, if I said that to my wife, I said, this podcast would just say, and Dave. So I the other day, I finally, and I usually don't interject in relationship advice. I'm like, they just have to figure this out. But I was listening to one of them give the relationship advice. He's like, you should tell her that she's being irrational. He's like, and it was, she was on her period. It was a female time. He goes, it doesn't matter that she is on her period. You should tell her directly that she's being irrational.
Oh yeah, that's.
And I was like, and that's why I was like, hey guys, I was like, can I give you some not teacher advice? Can I give you some like
life advice.
life advice? And they're like, yeah. And I was like,
don't do that.
you shouldn't do that. And he goes, and he got me though. He goes, well, isn't it being and he told me what happened. And he goes, isn't that irrational? I was like, yeah, it is.
You're right.
And he goes, so isn't it better for me to be honest and tell her?
No,
And that's I said,
certainly not.
And he goes, Mister,
I don't know a lot.
He goes, Mister, you talk about integrity and honesty and being straightforward all the time. I was like, you're right. This time I'm going to pivot. I said, I've been with my wife for a very long time, whom I love very much. I said, but there are some times where
you have to let her win.
And I tell that lady.
Oh, she usually wins anyway.
I tell that lady, well, that's because she's usually actually right. I tell that lady, but when she's not and it's irrational, I said, she can never know that. I said, that is the secret that I keep and the burden that I carry. And I say to that lady, you're right. I'm wrong. I love you. I'm sorry. How much ice cream? and then I leave the house. So it's just funny listening to them give advice to each other, and they're getting better at it. Like the advice they gave as freshmen it's still unhinged. Like, so as teachers, please let us know what advice you've gotten. I want to hear if you've gotten any of your students like overheard the advice they're giving. If it's ludicrous, please let us know because that's funny. Hit us up on our DMs. Shoot us an email, our Facebook messages. I want to hear those.
Teenager.
Yeah.
DM me.
One of you, I'm one of the young kids.
I'm typing a letter. I have an idea.
You type a letter,
Are you ready?
but let us know what unhinged advice you got. And who are we typing a letter today to, buddy?
Oh, this is going to be a good one. Because now I have ideas.
Oh.
Right.
Well, it can't be to General Sal because we found out he's no longer with us.
Dear Alton Brown.
Wait, you can hand deliver this one.
No.
I can.
All right.
No, you're going to the show. You got to hand deliver it.
No. That's not for a while. No.
Student to student advice.
He's great.
Do it.
Hang on. Dear Alton Brown.
How loud is the clacking? I got to come here. I can tell.
Is he for real? Also, I need a comma. Oh man, you know what I hate is with the typewriter. Like
Whatever you're about to say.
I can't fit the word consider with the remaining space, so I'm gonna do
A hyphen?
CON hyphen. Consider. Now it looks weird. Consider.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
You're
correct.
I was considering.
No, it's still considering.
Yeah.
I was. Oh, shoot. Shoot.
Shucks.
P.S. What's your favorite hot sauce on a breakfast sandwich?
That's a good question, actually.
It is.
He's not.
All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Right.
Do you want to
Yeah.
read it or do you want me to read it?
I think you should
Wait.
read it.
I'm done.
All right. I'll read your life's work.
You want to read it?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, because I
know if
haven't
you're
read
gonna
it, so
be
I'll be able to laugh.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to read it.
I think I'll be okay.
I mean, it's typed. But.
On this episode of Let's Type with Dave,
I need his mailing address. I'll mail this out today. Make a note.
Dear Alton Brown,
Yeah. Like,
how about that Gordon Ramsay guy? Is he for real? Also, push pops. Am I right? I was considering why push pops aren't more prevalent in our society. Made that a question. Interesting. I think push pops would be very popular in fast food and takeout situations. Consider this. A General Tso's push pop, all congealed in gold and super packed in there.
Yeah.
That would be amazing
Wouldn't it?
to push up and eat cold. I tried it once with chicken parm and think you should investigate this further.
Yeah.
Imagine the possibilities of food and push pops. This could be popcorn or it could be ribs.
Why not?
Well, probably not items with bones. I would avoid bones. I would also keep these as refrigerator items that could be eaten cold. You could roll up a pizza and jam that sucker in there. Ooh, perhaps a 7-layer dip, but with chips all smashed up. Anywho, big fan. Please try a General Tso's push pop. Epic. And we can totally turn this into a food truck idea. I will consider your offer of a partnership. Love, Dave.
Yeah.
I even made it through your
There's-
really
there's some
egregious spelling errors.
There's some
in
spelling
there.
errors. Well, it's not my fault. 'Cause
No,
there's no backspace.
Yeah,
on a
it's just the
typewriter.
typewriter, and you gotta forge through. I could still,
You could take a picture of this.
if
Mike.
I was Alton Brown, I would still be able to get the gist of what you said.
I feel like if you, yeah.
Well, on that note, thanks for hanging out with us today, guys, on another amazing episode of Non-Professional Development. I'm Ted.
I'm Dave.
And if you loved this episode, if you're watching on YouTube, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Everything helps us, guys. Please come and hang out.
Hey,
check us out
we
on
have
Instagram.
our sleepover.
We do. We have
on
our
our
sleepover
Patreon.
episode that's going to be coming up soon. Actually, even before that, next week's episode,
Birthday Thanksgiving.
birthday Thanksgiving. So we're going to get out of the studio for a little bit. So please make sure you're checking us out. Check us out on Instagram, especially for the sleepover episode. That full episode is going to be on our Patreon. So if you haven't jumped into our Patreon yet, we are building that up. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. That full sleepover episode will be there.
Maybe not the full sleepover because I have ideas.
That's terrifying.
Yep.
But the highlight reel of the sleepover is going to be on our socials. So
Gonna
please
be
check us
fun.
out on Instagram.
Give me a pillow for
Check
it.
us out on Facebook, wherever you get your social media
When's the
at
last time you made a
Non-Professional
pillow
Development.
When was
Oh,
the
we're
last
making a
time-
pillow fort.
No. Pause. Stop. When was the last time you made a pillow fort?
I have a 3-year-old 3 days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
So thank you again for hanging out. If you are listening to us on Spotify or iTunes, make sure you're giving us a 5-star review. That helps pump us up.
So jealous.
Leave us a review if you can. Tell us this is your favorite teaching podcast because we absolutely know
I live
that it is.
alone, and mine was like 5 days ago. You're 3 days?
Got a couple days on you.
Damn it.
And we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for hanging out.
How funny is that to hear? Be like, wait, he made a pillow fort 5 days ago? He lives alone? Like,
You got me by a couple days.